Hi everyone, on the bench on this horrible wet November morning is a 1960s, what was it, D500 drill, which I'm going to strip down and hopefully give it a new lease of life. Now, got it a couple of days ago off eBay. When I plugged it in, it did work. Whoa. Sounds quite smooth, however, perhaps the contacts on there need cleaning. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is take it apart, just see what the condition of the parts is like inside. Now I know with these old drills, I can't find it to show you an example. Ones like that, take that apart, it's game over because there's that many mechanical parts inside of it. But you know, I bought it to restore. There is always the potential I might end up breaking it, but see how it goes. Wow. Right, that's the case off. It is crazy, I'm 37 years old and this has probably not been opened for like nearly 60 years. Now the obvious, that grease is quite hard. So, you can see there, I'm going to have to try and clean up inside that, re-grease it. Actually quite a simple don't break it. It's a bearing there, fan there, that cog just goes on that flywheel there, switch there. Oh, you can hold it down to keep it on. Cool. Someone has been in here because that cord grip's a bit loose, which I don't like, but I'll see what I can do with that. Right, I'm not going to go mad because at the end of the day it is a drill. I'm just going to clean up some of the old grease and then I'll get round to painting it. So a bit of blue roll, just scrape out the old stuff. Right, so that bit cleared. Right, I flipped the camera around. Got me my buffer drill thing here. I think that's off a lathe setup. Anyway, I'm going to try. It's going to be hard because I don't want me body in the way of the camera. Buff this up ready to spray paint. Right, that's it after buffering. My ear's ringing. Get it in the camera. I'm going to get a little bit of tapes, I think, on a bit of blue roll. It's probably got some grease on it. And I'll paint it. A little bit there, couldn't get off. Let's just scrape that actually. Yeah, so a bit of tapes on it just to make sure there's no grease. And then I'll get round to painting it. Right, got some Holford's grey primer I used on my car, hopefully it'll do the job. Yeah, it says steel, so it should be alright. Got a shake. So what I'll do, I'll put a couple of coats of this on. Once that's done, I'll do another coat, maybe 2 or 3. And I'll finally put this on that I bought. It's not the original colour, but it's quite similar. I'm not the world's best spray painter, so. Right, I'm hungry and I want another cup of tea. So let that dry for a little bit. I'll put the next coat on. Right, I did do a second coat, however, the camera's at a wrong angle, so I didn't bother uploading that. Right, that's now dry, so we'll put the glue on. Oh, it's one of these daft openings. Now these are a nightmare, you've got to take that off. I think they put them on because people in shops are spraying them. That's it. Right. Well, I made a mess of my car and I painted it in the summer. Hang on. Does that bit stay on? Is it this stupid bit here? Get it on the camera. That. Right. Put that ring back on. That needs to come off. Cracked it anyway. Right. Give it another shake. Right. I missed. Right. Give that little bit of time to dry. And I'll do another coat. Right, that's the second coat. Sorry, it's the first coat done. Right, to the second. That's that done. Right, I'm off out now, so it's got plenty of time to dry. Turn that heating off. So I'll have a few hours now to dry, which is probably not a bad thing. Once I've done that, I'll probably look at the other half of the drill, see mechanically what I can sort of, you know, lubricate or whatever on it. Okay, so far that is the one I painted versus the original. Definitely looks a lot better. Next thing I'm going to do is look at the mechanics of it. I will obviously paint this case as well, but for now I need to sort this. I noticed this comes up really easily. As you can see, grease has gone hard. I'm not sure how easy that motor comes out. Yeah, it does. So I think what I'll do is take all this switch gear off, as they called it back then. Get that case cleaned out. Right, I didn't bother filming because it's the same as I've done on the last one, but I've cleaned that out best I can, maybe a little bit more. What I'm going to do next is, same with this one. I was going to look at the mechanics and I thought, well, I might as well get them both painted. So I can't really do much till that's sorted, so I'm going to get the buffer out. I won't film it because you've seen it before. Do basically the same and I'll get back. Okay, that's that done on the buffer thing. Same as I done last time, I'm just gonna get some tapes, give it a quick wipe over, white spirit, sorry, isn't it? Give it a quick wipe over, and then I'll start with the undercoat. Right, I now have both pieces painted, so it's time for the lacquer. So I'm using this clear lacquer here. Give it a shake, put this on, give it about half an hour to dry, see. Right, give that about half an hour and then I'll look at the mechanics of it. Right, about an hour later the lacquer's dried. So I had to look at that because I'm on the tripod. Hopefully it's not gone to the label. Where is it? That's the label off. Got a bit of paint on that. Holy shit. I might be able to scrape that off. Right, I'm going to look at the mechanics bits of it now. Put these out of the way. Right, on that drill bit there, where the bearings are, a lot of the grease has gone hard, so could do with giving that a bit of a clean up. Just re-greasing them a bit. I don't know how I'm going to get anything in that though, because it's kind of sealed. I don't know if it comes off the chuck like I did in that previous video. It's stiff anyway. Right, I'm going to take that grease out and I'll put some fresh in. Just put a little bit more extra grease on that, probably a bit of WD-40 on the chuck. I'm going to look at the motor bit now. I need to remember that this bearing there comes out of that like that. There's always the risk with these. Into the brushes. So. Not too sure exactly what I can do with that bit, so what I'll do is put that commutator bit aside for now. Bearing goes on the top, and I'm going to clean this, see if I can just get all the crud off it. The only thing I might do is just clean the contacts on that with a bit of wire wool. Right, that's the motor cleaned. I didn't want to go too mad because you can be inviting problems. I wanted to replace the flex, but that's kind of stuck on. It hadn't actually been into, like I said at the beginning, that holds the cord in place. So I'm going to try put it all back together. Now I've cleaned it and lubricated it. Right, let's try and get Right, there it is, finished article. Definitely restored it. I think it's not looking too shabby now, the dreaded plug-in. See if it survived the operation. Sounds a bit smoother than before. It's not sparking quite as much. Right, what I'll do next before I say bye, I'll put something in it and I'll see what it drills like. Goggles on. Right, I'm not expecting it to be amazing because it is only 290 watts. But let's see what it performs like. Not too shabby. Right. It definitely sounds a lot nicer than what it did before. Okay. Quite happy with the result, bringing it back to its former condition. And I've really enjoyed doing it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.